Welcome back everyone. This is a new session, a new start with Python programming. So basically children, if you people are very new to programming, I would first like to clear your programming concepts, then we'll go in future with programming language. Okay? To start with, I'll talk about the agenda today, what we are going to take up. What exactly is algorithm? What are flowcharts? And then we will see what is a program. Okay, so if we have to take up one by one, what exactly is algorithm, what is flowchart, what is program, we need to know what are these basic things meant for. ये किस लिए बनाए गए हैं. Algorithm is nothing but सिंपल हमारी जो खुद के लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं उसी लैंग्वेज में लिखा गया स्टेप बाय स्टेप इंस्ट्रक्शन. ओके, व्हेन आई से स्टेप बाय स्टेप इंस्ट्रक्शन, इट इज़ एक्चुअली गोइंग टू कंक्लूड समथिंग. एक टास्क दिया गया था, उसका टॉप डाउन अप्रोच ये रहेगा, पहले ये, उसके बाद ये, उसके बाद ये. सो यू आर एक्चुअली गिविंग स्टेप बाय स्टेप जो अपने वट एवर नेचुरल लैंग्वेज वी आर यूजिंग. Based on that, you have written it in steps. Okay, that is your algorithm. Coming to the flowcharts, picture speaks faster than words. You all know about it. तो हम क्या करेंगे, इसका डायग्राम बनाएंगे. Flowcharts are nothing but diagrams. These diagrams are going to show you how the particular flow of the program is going to be. Okay, and then coming to the programs will be either your high level language programs, what you're going to write, and then it converts into the low level program and it will execute and give you the result. Fine. So taking up one by one, if I have to take a simple task, any task which gets concluded with steps is a program. Okay, now since we are going to start the programming for the first time, I'll take a very simple example for you. If I have to add 3 plus 5, the tiniest job what I can ask you to do right now. Okay, you have already evaluated long back, it is 8. But what exactly, how are we going to write it as an algorithm, and how are we going to put it across as a flowchart? Coming to the programming is later. Let's see what exactly we are going to do with this to make it an algorithm and to make it a flowchart. Starting with algorithm, this is one number, this is another number, and this is the operator which you are going to use. This is going to equate to something, equal to sign, and the result, right? Now this and this, both of these are called operands, and this is an operator. These are operands and this is an operator, and this is your final result. Okay, plus is an operator, 3 and 5 happens to be your operands, that is on which the operator is going to be used are called as operands. You put an equal to sign and you specify the result. Fine. अब अगर algorithm की बात की जाए, algorithm as I told you, it is going to be step by step information or instruction which you are going to give कि क्या करना है. The first instruction I am giving is take a number 3. Okay, my second instruction, take a number 5. Third instruction, add 3 with 5. Fourth instruction, give the result as 8. Now if you have to actually see, it's looking very simple, right? ये क्या है, ये एक पर्टिकुलर 3 + 5 के लिए हमको इतना सारा करना पड़ रहा है. बट इफ़ यू एक्चुअली लुक डीप इनटू इट, व्हाट आर यू एक्चुअली डूइंग हियर इज, इनमें से कोई भी इंस्ट्रक्शन इधर उधर होए तो आपका प्रोसीजर चेंज. कैन आई राइट दिस 4 एट द इनिशियल लेवल? कैन आई राइट दिस हियर? Give the result as 8? No, I cannot do. Can I write this after the first one? Let's say third point after the first point. Can I write it here? No. Because I don't even know the second number is 5. This and this can be interchanged because these are two different numbers. So that's fine because both the things are doing the same task. Take and take. Right? So the procedure, the algorithm also says that the top-down approach which has to be taken into consideration should be having a one-on-one, one after the other procedure. Right? So this is your simple algorithm for adding two numbers 3 + 5 and giving the result as 8. This is having 4 steps. Okay. Now coming to flowchart. Or can we take up one more example? I'll take up one more example. This was to do with mathematical operation. Now I'll do something more. Suppose I say marks is less than 35, student is a failure. Okay. Marks is less than 35. This is the symbol less than. Marks is less than 35, a student fails. Everybody knows that. Now how do I write an algorithm for this? Algorithm for this would be something like this. Enter the marks. Second one, check if marks is lesser than 35. This is your second step. If yes, it's a fail scenario. Next, because you are saying अगर ये है तो ये नहीं है वो भी तो बताना पड़ेगा. So if no, it's a pass. That's it. We're done with your job. Now let's see. Enter the marks. Let's suppose what I'm going to do right now is called as dry run. Dry run in the sense, before even the computer does it for me, I think it in my mind, visualize some randomly some number and then work with it. So suppose I'm saying the marks is 78. Okay. Enter the marks. My first scenario, first example. Enter the marks. I gave 78. Now this 78 is there in the marks. It will check if marks is less than 35. Is 78 less than 35? Yes or no? 78 is not less than 35. It is greater than 35. So 78 less than 35 becomes to be no. So it will check here. If yes, it is not yes. So it will leave this line and it will come here. If no, it's a pass. So it will take it as a pass. Let's take another dry run. In my second dry run, I am making it 35. अब क्या होगा? If the number is 35, now it becomes 35 is less than 35. The answer is still no. So again the person has passed. Let's suppose in my third scenario, I am taking this as 30. Now what happens if 30 is less than 35? Now 30 is less than 35. The condition is the student fails. So third scenario, enter the marks. I gave 30. Check if marks is less than 35. 30 is less than 35. Answer was fails. If yes, the condition is true. Answer is fail. Clear? This is your second example of writing an algorithm. Now the same two examples, I am going to show you what exactly is a flowchart and how do you draw a flowchart and accomplish the task of drawing a flowchart and showing it as a program. Now to see that, you have to understand what are the different elements or components of a flowchart. Okay, so take this up as flowchart. Now flowchart, you have to be it's very easy. I don't know why people think flowchart is a big deal, but it's really easy task. There are very few geometrical figures in it which indicate one or the other instruction which you are going to give in a program. So let me just start it for you. Start and stop. Start is given usually like this. Mostly it is used up like this, and some of them make start and stop together, so they put slash and stop. But the traditional approach says that stop will be like this. This is stop. This indicates a start, this indicates a stop. This is called as flow line. Flow line in the sense, what is the next step, what we are going to do in the flow. These will be the flow lines. And remember that flow lines are always unidirectional. That is, it cannot be bidirectional. It has to go in one single way. यहाँ से यहाँ पे जा रहा है तो यहीं जाएगा, यहाँ से यहाँ जा रहा है यहाँ पे भी आ रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है. घूम के आ सकता है. ओके, घूम के वापस आ सकता है, पर उसका डायरेक्शन एक ही रहेगा, वापस पीछे की तरफ नहीं जा सकता. ओके, सो इट विल बी फ्लो लाइन. देन कमिंग टू अ रेक्टेंगल. दिस इज योर computing. Computing in the sense, any arithmetic expression, 3 plus 4, 7 into 8, 5 by 3, any mathematical expression which you are going to use for finding an answer, then you use computing. Okay. Then we have a parallelogram. मैम आप तो ज्योमेट्री स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, बट इट इज़ लाइक दिस. फ्लो चार्ट में यही सारे एलिमेंट्स होते हैं. दिस इज अ पैरेललोग्राम. इट इज यूज्ड फॉर इनपुट एंड आउटपुट. इट्स यूज्ड फॉर इनपुट एज वेल एज फॉर आउटपुट. 2 more. Now shall I erase this, or I'll just, okay, I have to erase it. I'm so sorry, I cannot manage a bigger board now. I'm taking up, I'll just erase this and I'll do it. The next one is a rhombus. This is going to be for conditional check. As soon as I said conditional check, do you remember our second example, what we did in algorithm? We said marks is less than 35. So that's a condition check. So you will need this. And the last one is a hexagon, which is a flattened hexagon. This is for looping. Now what is looping? You don't know, it's fine. We are going to use it. When we are going to use it, I'm going to explain you again. But right now remember that this is a conditional check and this is for looping. Flow lines I've already told you. If the program is very large, it may so happen when you started writing in your A4 sheet, your program hasn't ended and your flowchart happens to come to the end of the page. Now how do you go back to the next page and continue doing it? For that, we just write a small circle and give a number n, and that n will be starting up again anywhere in the new page and continue. This n could be 1, 2, 3, whatever numbering you want to do, and put the same number there, saying that this is going to be the one which is going to continue. Okay, so this is your different elements of your flowchart. I'll just quickly take up your first and second, both the flowcharts, and explain you how we are doing it. For your example 1, where 3 plus 5 was used, it is a start. I write a start and I go like this. This is my flow line. Now it depends. I already have the numbers, or I'm taking an input from the user. I'm assuming that I'm taking an input from the user. Taking input from the user requires an input box, which is a parallelogram. So I will say enter number 1, comma number 2. Okay. Now once this number 1 and number 2 are given by the user, what is my next one? I need to do the computation. I told you arithmetic computations are done in a rectangle. So it is going to be like this. I'll say sum S is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Whatever was there in number 1 plus number 2 is going to be my sum. Okay. Then I should also tell it to the user that the sum is like this. So I am again taking up a output box, input, output, both will be parallelogram as I told you. So here I am going to say the sum is print. The sum is S. Print the sum is S. I am having no space. Assume that this line is going like this and it's continuing. This is where we use the connector actually. If I don't have space, I'll make this as 1. I'll make this as 1. Let's suppose this is your connector. I take 1 as the connector here and I continue. And my last step is my work is done, so I'll come to an end. That's it. Okay. Now taking up the second example. For my second example, I had what? I had the checking question. So I'll say start. I come here. Again, I accept a value of marks using a parallelogram. Enter the marks. Fine. See, my flow lines are only one directional again. enter the marks will be entered. Now I'm going to check it across whether it is 35 or not. Remember rhombus? So I'll be saying marks, क्या ये 35 से कम है? यदि है तो क्या करना है, यदि नहीं है तो क्या करना है? So you put a direction like this. Say if it is yes, what you have to do. If it is no, what you have to do. Okay. Now when you're saying yes, marks is less than 35, what is your answer? You all know. Marks is less than 35, so it's a failure. And you need to print it to the user back. So take a output box and say student failed. Print or just I'll say fails. I don't have space. Fails. If it is no, then you know the answer again. Print passed. In either case, since my task is already done, this and this both are going to join like this and come to an end. Okay, again I don't have space, so let's assume this was the end. Fine. These both will join together. इसके बाद भी end होना था, इसके बाद भी end होना था. So direction is going to be like this. इसका डायरेक्शन यहाँ पे, दोनों का काम एक ही था, यहाँ से भी जाके एंड होना था, यहाँ से भी जाके एंड होना था. सो यू एंड द फ्लो चार्ट. सो आई थिंक दिस इज इनफ फॉर टुडे. नाउ लेट्स सी you people can draw a flow chart or not. Take a small task, try to divide two numbers and see if it is odd or even. Okay, if it is odd, say odd. If it is even, say even. So here remember, both the things are coming into picture. Your computation, that is you have to divide and see. Okay, and then your okay, I haven't taught you modules. Okay, in that case okay, in that case what you do is okay, first you take up two numbers, add them, see if the number is greater than 10, then say greater than 10. If it is not greater than 10, say not greater than 10. Try doing this, write the algorithm, write the flow chart across, see if you are able to do it. I'll discuss the same answer in the next class, and then we'll start with Python programming. So until then, have a great time, stay safe, stay home. Bye. Jai Hind.